Hey there, fellow gamers. Ramblin' Manager bringing another track tonight, and holy smokes, I could barely hear myself. Not like hearing it through the headphones, but I recently got myself some new cups for my headphones. Let me remind myself where I got them from. I'm kind of like multitasking right now because me being a cheap bastard wanting free shit. I'm watching a Twitch stream for Call of Duty. Yes, my morals are literally tanking. Yeah, Deconi audio replacement earpads for the Philips Fidelio X2HR headphones. Because I noticed the insides of the cups were starting to peel, so I basically just had to get replacements. And wow, I am hearing myself in a different light. That's for damn sure. It kind of feels like it's muffled, but I guess that just means that like the padding's doing a better job of isolating the noise from the outside, which means in terms of like having better sound on the inside, like yeah, they do sound a lot different, but oh, when I just feel them, like oh, let me just I need to like just feel both these cups here because I know I still have these old ones. Oh yeah, oh, these feel so fucking firm. The Philips headphones, that is. Like, yeah, these cups feel firm as fuck. It feels like the padding's starting to wear out slightly. And then I just feel, oh, these are so much fucking better. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know, $40 well spent. $40 well fucking spent. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna be digging these fucking new headphones. It's not even the headphones, it's the fucking cups. The cups are the ones that are different. I'm still using the exact same headphones. But I'm not here to, gush over, cup replacements. I'm here to, I guess, show my disappointment and I guess in a way acceptance of the fact that GTA 6 is going to be $80. And if I should buy it. Because I made a big purchase a couple days ago. Me and the co-host, we, after seeing Xbox was raising the prices, not was, is, have done, they raised the prices on their consoles. Like now the $500 Xbox Series X is $600 now and whatnot. And like everything just basically got like an $80 to $100 increase across the board. I guess like a 15-20% increase. I just said fuck it. I went to Amazon to see if like that Astrobot bundle for the PlayStation 5 was in, and it wasn't in. Naturally, it was sold out. But apparently, it was available at a bunch of other stores, including Walmart, Target, Sam's Club, apparently. All that stuff. And it's $450. Like, I did not hop on the PlayStation 5 when it first came out, and in a way, like compared to like last gen, like PS4, like that game had that console had all the bangers. It had God of War, it had Spider Man, Last of Us, remastered in Part Two for that matter. Um, it has Bloodborne, had some Ratchet and Clank games. Like it had a big wealth of exclusive games: Uncharted, God of War 3, Killzone, a bunch of fucking games, right? Like for $450, $500, especially for like the Pro that I have here. I got the limited edition one with the blue turquoise skin. Ah, that has like the fucking limited edition number. Let me shine a light on it real quick. Yeah, 43,407 out of 50,000. I was able to snag one before the scalpers can get all of it. I remember that night so fucking well, man. I fucking remember it. It was definitely a better experience compared to me trying to get a fucking AMD GPU where I failed on it. But alas, back to my journey here. So yeah, the PS4 had way better games. PS5 not so much. Like what exclusives are there for the PS5 right now? Demon Souls remake, Astrobot, I literally can't think of anything else. I literally cannot think of any other fucking game. That's kind of how bad it is. So, in a way, when I look at a PS5, the only thing that I could see in terms of value is okay, I get a 4K drive, cool. It's a little bit more energy efficient. Like I was looking up like energy efficiencies for it. Like the PS4 Pro is like almost a 300-watt console, while the PS5 Slim is like hovering around 220 to 230. Might even be less if you like backwards compat. So it's like, okay, there's a huge efficiency gain. That's not too bad. I guess it depends on like the resolution, what game you're playing at, if it's at 60 FPS, etc., right? But beyond that, it's like, okay, it's a little bit more energy efficient, and I guess like the big selling point is just the improved backwards compatibility because it can play all the PS4 games with like a PS5 boost, which I'm assuming will just allow you to push it to 4K 60 maybe. Even though the console itself finally has like a 2K resolution render, it's like I have a 4K monitor now, so it's like me just waiting for that gimmick. Fucking pointless now. I'm playing at 4K. But yeah, like that's basically the draw. Is I can now play a bunch of these old PS4 games at like stunning 4K 60, and I have Diablo 3 here. I spent $20 on. I'm eagerly waiting to fucking find time to play it. I've been wanting to revisit Infamous Second Son. You know, what better way to revisit than fucking glorious 4K 60? And, you know, maybe I can like finally play through the fucking, you know, Uncharted games at like fucking crisp, clear, and fluid 4K 60. It's like the best way to do it, yeah. And that's all fine and dandy, but it's like for $500, maybe not so much. Now, I was contemplating the PS5 Pro because obviously that was a thing, but you know, ever since it was announced to be a $700 console, and it doesn't have a disk drive, and it doesn't have a stand, and in actuality, it's like an extra 10, 15 FPS overall. Well, fuck that. So this Astrobot bundle that like came out like a few weeks ago, like a month ago, or wherever I heard that and I saw it was like $450 on Amazon, it was like, you know, that's actually not too bad. You know, it's a $50 discount compared to like the default $500 price for the console. And you know, you get Astrobot, which is like basically one of the best fucking games for the PlayStation 5 right now because it's basically fucking like Super Mario but with an Astrobot skin. Plus, it's really fucking adorable. So it's like, you know, not bad. So after the Xbox announcement for the price increases, you know, me and the co-host, we went on a journey to a Walmart to hunt for the PS5. And we got there, like, we checked online, like, it was there. It was in stock. And we got there, there was none on display. Fuck. We asked the guy, he said, yeah, if it's not on the shelf, there's probably not anything there. So I was like, fuck. And we left in like disappointment. But thankfully, we didn't go that far. Thankfully, we only went like an aisle over because maybe the employee had a change of heart. Like, what basically happened was he checked the scanner. There was actually 4 consoles in the back. They weren't put out on the shelves wherever. They didn't get to like stock in time. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But, you know, he came through for us, and thankfully, on that fateful morning, I got to leave Walmart with a $450 PS5 Slim with disc tray and Astrobot. So now I'm a proud owner of a PS5. And no, thankfully, when I say owner, that means I'm actually going to fucking use it. Hopefully, if not, then it's going to be the most expensive fucking, you know, paperweight I've had right now that I'm just going to be staring at every fucking time I'm playing on my PC. I'll just fucking look over and be like, oh, fuck, that's a petite fucking PlayStation. Them fucking curves. I should fucking play something on you. But now I'll get back to grinding Starfield. But yeah, no, I bought it, and it's in the box right now. Haven't even opened it yet. It's still sealed. And I basically bought it in response to Xbox because I just know Sony's going to hike the price up next. They are. Like, I can already fucking see it. I can already feel it in my bones. And I knew, like, I was already seeing articles about, oh, PlayStation's next. Oh, they're going to raise it next. Oh. And I'm like, yeah, I guess I might as well. And, like, my money situation's good, thankfully. I still have plenty of money in the bank. job problems right now, but overall, like, I'm doing good financially. So it wasn't an irresponsible purchase per se, but hopefully I'll get some value out of it. But again, it was a response to Xbox. Fuck you. Why'd you gotta raise the? I mean, I know why you raised the prices, but holy fucking shit, it was a huge increase. And this is just a sign of things to come because PlayStation 6 will roll around, and that shit's probably gonna be like $800. So fuck it. If I'm gonna revisit some old PS4 games, I might as well at least revisit them in like the best light possible, right? And obviously, thankfully, there's at least one game I can look forward to next year, or not next year, next month, which is Death Stranding 2 on the beach. So I guess I'm gonna have to go through Death Stranding again, properly this time, again, and because I like every time I kept going back to it, I get stuck at the mountain. Like as soon as I get to the mountain, it's like I for some odd reason stop. Like I beat the game legitimately on PS4, fine. I get the game again on PC. As soon as I get to the mountain, I stop. Director's Cut came out. I played the Director's Cut version. As soon as I get to the mountain again, I just stop. It's like there's something about that fucking mountain and the blizzards and all that shit that I'm just like, take me back to the fucking road, please. So yeah, not too fun. But Death Stranding's that I'm looking forward to playing now on the PS5. But now it's like the big elephant in the room, which is GTA 6. It got delayed, as many of you have probably heard about, and yeah, it's not fun. It's been delayed to May 26, 2026, and we gotta wait a little bit longer, boyos. And this was literally like a couple of days after Xbox. It was kind of funny because like Xbox was talking about the price increases, and then literally a day later, I wake up and I get the bad fucking news about GTA 6 being delayed on the same day that I go to get a PS5. And I was honestly thinking to myself, like, well, fuck me, it's been delayed to next year. Is there even a point of getting a PS5 right now? Yeah, there is. Fucking price increases. Might as well get it for this deal while I can. And, you know, now we gotta contend with the fact that because Nintendo raised their prices on the fucking games, Xbox is following suit in the holidays for their first party games. It's like there's a 99.999999999 chance that GTA 6 is going to be $80. And I was thinking to myself as I was pacing back and forth in my room, as I always do, talking to myself like a lunatic. It's nice to be a lunatic about whether or not like the value is there. Like, is GTA 6 worth it for $80? And I've been going back and forth on it. It's like the $8 price point I don't agree with. That's really fucking expensive. But in regards to like the value and the quality, like as much as I hate to admit, I would have to say yes. With some caveats. Because I was thinking about like, okay, some games you can get for like $70 right now. It depends on the investment, like the quality of the product. I was talking to myself about how like Call of Duty nowadays, it's kind of a risk because multiplayer I never touch, so it's basically just going to be zombies or the third mode and the campaign. The campaign's kind of like hit or miss, right? So I'm stuck practically with just one mode to enjoy long term. And what you grind out for, like what you invest your time into, is nothing more like a cosmetic appeal thing, right? And it's like, yeah, there's some like stuff you could do in terms of the attachments and building your gun and whatnot, and researching the augments for the perks. But beyond that, there's really nothing. Like, there's not really a huge drive for it. Like, I can go back to Infinite Warfare. It's like there's grinding the keys for those drops. Yes, it's practically gambling, but you got blueprints that influence certain statistics of the gun, which, yes, it sounds pay to win, but at least when you did that shit, you got some sort of improved gun out of it, which I thought was pretty cool. And beyond that, you can get the fucking Fate and Fortune cards, but I don't really worry about that because, a limited use thing, I can care two shits less, but something I can use all the fucking time, that's fucking different. And I compared my time spent on that to something like Starfield. Yeah, I know I'm using that as an example because I've been grinding it out. But I mean, in regards to Starfield, it's like I could spend a little bit of time grinding, getting some levels, getting some skills, hunting down some skill books, get some fucking new legendary guns, get some credits, some drugs, all that stuff. And I could save my game, go back to it whenever I want to. There's no fear of missing out. And time spent into it is okay because that's a save file I can always go back to. I'm progressing in something. I'm feeling my character get more powerful. There's a sense of progression and improvement. There's something like that. Number get bigger. And it works out. But in regards to like grinding out camos or operators or battle passes, like it's all a cosmetic thing. It's all fucking cosmetic. And I'm not really showing it off to a whole lot of people, so what's really the fucking point, in my opinion? And yet here I am still grinding it out. So the value of that isn't really that big, but then I think back to, say, Prey 2017. I bought that game for like 12, 13 bucks on G2A. We'll say I spent 20 bucks on the DLC when it came out, Moon Crash. Spent about maybe 30 bucks on it overall, right? I have like over 130 hours in it. So it's like a 3-4 times of the value, like 25 cents an hour. It reminds me of a conversation I had with one of my teachers back in high school many moons ago about like the value of stuff. Like say you spent 60 bucks on a pair of shoes or whatever and you got 60 hours out of it, you got $1 to an hour for it. $1 an hour for it. That's not too bad. And it was like, investment of items. And that stuck with me because now I think about that when I get a video game. And it's like, let's take Death Stranding 2, for example. Obviously, it's my man, the myth, the legend, the god himself, Hideo Kojima. Kojima is good! And I spent like 70 bucks, 80 bucks on the Steelbook edition of the game. I think I could see it here. I think let me shine a light real quick. Maybe it's over here. Now I probably have it. I see the fucking Steelbook for Ghost of Tsushima. I remember hunting down that motherfucker on Amazon back in the day. But I have a Steelbook of Death Stranding. Yeah, there it is. I think I see it on top of the Steelbook for Persona 5 Royal for PS4 that I haven't beaten on there. I'm terrible at fucking keeping up with games. But, I spent a good penny on that. And then, I bought the game in full. Let me check out Steam just to make sure. I want to make sure that... Yeah, $60, Death Stranding. Director's Cut upgrade, $10. Yeah, so... I double dip for my god, Hideo Kojima. And I don't feel any shame about that because I love the guy. I love the Metal Gear series. So... maybe, depending on how the economy looks, like maybe I'll end up buying, Death Stranding 2 for PS5 and say, fuck it, let's platinum this one, boys. And maybe I'll spend full price get on PC. Maybe I'll wait for a sale. Who knows? But, I don't mind supporting him. Now, if it's a case of, say, buying... what's an example? The next Call of Duty. Fuck no. I won't do that. The only reason why I'm playing Black Ops 6 is because, Mr. J bought it for me. I feel bad, still, having him buy it for me. And the only reason being was so I can get myself a fucking John Black Ops operator. I am the problem with society today. But that's a different fucking issue for a different day. The value is there for Death Stranding. Now, as for Grand Theft Auto, like I looked at Red Dead, and I apparently spent 60 bucks on the game on PC as well for the Ultimate Edition. And, I have like 180 hours in it. So I got some value out of it. And Strauss Selnick has been talking about, like, the value of games and the value of the Grand Theft Auto experience. And at this point, it would honestly be a shocker if GTA 6 isn't priced above $80. Because people are like, like just making posts and comments that, oh, GTA 6 is going to be $100 fucking dollars. And it's like, A, don't fucking speak into existence because more than likely it fucking will happen. And B, shut the fuck up again. But yeah, it's like, it's more than likely going to be $80. And I have to think to myself, is $80 justifiable? Like, in my heart it isn't, but it's like in terms of value, like if I were to buy it and I played it for like the next month to 2 months. Like I still think back to like GTA 4, not GTA 4, GTA 5, but that game was a special situation, right? Because with GTA 5, I technically got to play it for free because Mr. J, when he had it on the PS3, we did some account sharing back in the day, and I got to play it for free. And funny enough, whenever the PS4 version came out, when I got my PS4, I got a PS4 bundle that had Grand Theft Auto 5 and The Last of Us Remastered. Great fucking bundle. I slept on the remaster for a very long time. Like I played it for a little bit whenever I was sick. Didn't touch it for a while, and then I finally got back into it again, like several long years later. Oh, so fucking good! Such a great game. Such a great game. And I got to play Grand Theft Auto 5 on that. Like, the only legitimate time I actually bought the game was on Steam. When it finally came to like PC, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll finally buy a copy for myself. And I'm glad I did because however many years later, Grand Theft Auto now has the enhanced edition with upscalings and fucking ray tracing. Whoa, ray tracing, whatever. Still waiting for GTA 6, 2026. But yeah, is the value there for a Rockstar game? And if history is any indicator, the answer is yes. Because even with like Grand Theft Auto 4, the graphics were amazing for the time, especially with like the technology behind it. Like the Euphoria engine was beautiful with the ragdoll physics. Now, of course, if you're comparing it to something like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, like San Andreas gets the fucking bleeding edge there because the amount of content that was in the game was stellar. And I'm hoping GTA 6 kind of like takes that as a lesson and expands upon it because it's kind of like it's a back and forth effect. You go from a game that has a rich amount of content to a game that doesn't have a whole lot to GTA 5, going from San Andreas to 4, and then you go to 5, and there's a little bit of extra content, but in my eyes, that content amounts to fuck all because you could it doesn't really give you like that much incentive. Like the more games I play, the more I'm like, I want incentives to do it. That's why when I go back to like Saints Row 2 and even Saints Row the Third, there's reasons to do the side content. You get respect, you get money. And in the case of Saints Row 2, you actually got powerful upgrades for the boss to make the combat easier and more enjoyable. You actually have a reason to do the content. And in regards to like GTA 5, it's like the only thing I could think of that you'd want to partake in that would give you a gameplay benefit would be the shooting range. You do the shooting range, you're a little more accurate with your guns, you get a 20% discount so you can buy more shit at ammunition. That's it. There's just fucking nothing. You can grind out some skills for a little bit, but beyond that, it's like, what the fuck else is there to do? There really isn't. I don't really care about sports. I don't want to go to the fucking movie theater. I don't want to do the fucking drag racing or the fucking gun running for Trevor. Like, it just didn't really feel that worthwhile. And then, you go from GTA 5 to Red Dead, and they fucking flip the fucking script. Like, now it's a big open world that's fully interactable. Money is even more important. There's fucking gun upgrades that are actually somewhat meaningful. There's the weapon proficiencies where the more you use the gun, the more, the easier it is to use so you can get kills better. You can upgrade, like, your fucking core abilities by using them over and over again. You can get equipment upgrades, especially with certain mods on PC. In the case of the vanilla game, though, you can get better saddles for your horse. You can find better horses that have different speed and health values. You can find different guns in the world that can give you different, like, forms of play styles. Like faster firing but weaker guns or high-powered, slow-firing guns. You can do the challenges that can get you one step closer to the Legend of the East outfit, which isn't worth it. But then there's also like the trinkets you can hunt down for hunting animals, which, depending on which ones you get, can be, quality of life improvements, while others are literally a wasteful fucking statistic. And of course, if you download mods, one mod that I will actually direct you guys to, let me try to find it. Yeah, here we go. Ability cards by Bowman70. And all it really is that it's a mod that takes the ability cards from multiplayer and they put it into single player, and you can upgrade them with money. And you can only have like a few cards equipped, but every card has like different abilities, like increased damage with certain during like certain situations, or more health, more stamina, random fucking bullshit. And I kind of like that. It kind of makes you wish that was available in the game, but I never really used it just because of the simple fact that it was an ASI file or something. Like there's different mods in the game, right? And this one in particular used like a different scripting that was separate from like the game logic. What I mean is, let's say you get all the ability cards. You got all of them. You spend all your money on it. And then you decide to beat the game. You start a brand new game. When you load it back up, you would think, okay, the cards are going to get wiped and reset and you got to re-upgrade them again, right? No. They don't. It's a different scripting logic where it still saves it no matter what, even if the game was reset. So you could be in an instance where you start a brand new game, you're at the Coulter Mine, you're fucking level 1 fucking Arthur Morgan, and all of a sudden you have like these 4 fucking cards equipped, and you're like, wait a minute, I never had cards equipped before, what the fuck? And it's because that scripting saved it externally, and now you have these fucking cards that start a game. I mean, I guess you could think of it as like a pseudo new game plus, but I never really liked that. I wish it had like a broader, like I wish it was like a different type of mod where it flowed with the game and it would be wiped whenever you started a brand new game. But otherwise, it was an interesting way to add a little bit of extra progression. If we're talking about mods here, Red Dead Offline is an extraordinary mod that adds a bunch of new outfits, some additional saddles, some new weapons. It's just a bunch of new shit from multiplayer and the single player. I just wish you would get one more update to have those ability cards, so I can have a little bit of extra fucking reason to grind money, because unfortunately, depending on how you play, like you'll just get so much money. But there's also mods for rebalancing the economy, but I don't really worry about that. I mostly just get mods for like quality of life and like ease of time. But yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2. They did a phenomenal job adding in a bunch of other extra content you can partake in that actually, rewards you in a way. And I'm hoping GTA 6 does that. It's not like GTA 4, where pretty much like GTA 5, there was basically nothing to do. You just play for the story. That's all you really fucking do. And that's why when I think back to like GTA San Andreas, like that game just had so much shit that you could do that was actually rewarding. Like, between the vigilante missions and the paramedic missions improving your health, the burglary missions that give you infinite stamina, even fucking pimping missions where you can fucking escort hoes, and even that gives you like what nitrous, like the pimp mobile or whatever, and the girls pay you when you hang out with them. To even like taxis with nitrous when you do the fairs, or the firefighter missions giving you fireproof, a big upgrade for a few of the missions. Let me tell you. There's a different statistics for the guns you can upgrade by using them over time. There was the fat and muscle system that dynamically changed how CJ fucking looked. There was a lot of shit that you could interact with in San Andreas that I always enjoyed fucking interacting with. And it's like, will that be in GTA 6? We don't know. But that's going to determine whether or not that $80 value is worth it. Because like $60 for San Andreas, no doubt, that was worth every fucking penny. Like, let's just look at fucking Grand Theft Auto San Andreas here. How many hours do I have into it? 60 hours. Then again, I only played it like one time on here, I think, but I had mods, and it was like a fucking glorious time. And yeah, it's fucking beautiful. And the value for San Andreas is there. It's phenomenal. But $80 for, GTA 6, I'm just not so sure. And obviously, it's like, yeah, there's inflation, there's the tariffs, there's unfortunately the game companies just saying, fuck it, we're raising prices. Oh, fuck $70, let's just make it $80. Fuck you, Nintendo. But yeah, I'm kind of like in this back and forth here. And it's like, as much as I want to hold my fucking line here, I have like one really important thing here, because I remember watching this guy called The Quartering, and he brought this up like a couple times in regards to like making purchases for like games and movies and all that stuff. And one thing he made a valid point of is we're not getting any younger. If you don't want to like waste the time having to wait for a better deal or for something else, by all means buy it. And I kind of like I've been thinking about that as of late. Like a few years ago, I was willing to go, oh yeah, I'm just gonna wait to get a better GPU. Oh, I'll just wait for a sale and whatnot. And that worked for the most part. But after a long while, it's like all that waiting for hopefully a better product. Sometimes it doesn't come to fruition. Sometimes you look at it and you're like, oh gee man, I really want to fucking wait for the GPU, but it's like with how bad these prices are, with the economy, it's like one bad thing happens after another, and you come to realize that I can't fucking wait any longer. Like I keep seeing these trailers for like movies and some games that have come out. Like say yesterday, like the Beatles fan film that came out like 2019. I'm like, holy fuck, that was 6 years ago. Even today, like this year, it's already fucking May. Like it was literally the new year, and now all of a sudden we're like almost halfway through 2025. What the fuck is happening to the time? And it's like when I think about that, I'm like, could GTA 6 come out in 2026? I'm hoping. They actually give a definitive fucking release date. So I guess if they release a couple more trailers, like once we get the gameplay trailer, that's when we kind of know, all right, that time is locked in. But it's like, am I willing to wait, say potentially until 2027 when the PC version comes out, and a good dear friend of mine lets me borrow his copy of it on PC? I just don't know, because I'm getting older. Thankfully, I still feel youthful. Like I even look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, oh man, it's been like a few years, but I still look good. At least in my opinion, my confidence is all over the fucking place. To be honest, I mostly put myself down all the fucking time. But beyond that, like I'm still youthful. But I mean, who knows what the fuck's gonna happen in a couple of years? Who knows what the fuck's gonna happen? And when you start thinking about that, and you think about the world that we're in and all that stuff, it's like you think about the $80, but you try adding in other context. You start thinking about all this other stuff. Like you see all these people online going, "I'm not going to pay $80 for a game," and I respect that. I understand that. And there's a lot of games I would not pay $80 for. I probably will not be spending 80 fucking bucks on a Call of Duty game. Fuck that. I'll wait for a sale and hopefully get it for at least under $60, $50 even, hopefully. But in regards to something like Grand Theft Auto 6, like Grand Theft Auto is like the game. It's like the Terminator of video games. It's the fucking Star Wars before Disney bought it. Before Disney bought it. It's basically the Star Wars of gaming. And for a game like Grand Theft Auto 6, like even looking at the trailer, it's like I was thinking to myself, like in regards to like trailers and procs, like with other companies like Ubisoft, they downgrade the graphics. You don't know if that's what you're going to be getting if you see the trailer. For Unreal Engine games, like mostly they have like CGI trailers with them. You don't even know if you're going to get that exact fucking game. But in regards like Rockstar trailers, typically when they show off that trailer, that's in-game engine. That's an engine-esque like cinematics and gameplay. That's what you're going to get. And when I see those trailers for Grand Theft Auto 6, it's like trailers. Sorry, when I saw the trailer for it, I was like, damn, that's a good looking game, and it's already been like almost like a month and some change. Who knows how much fucking better it got since then? So it's like when I think about $80, like $80 for Call of Duty, no, no. $80 for Super Mario, no. $80 for maybe say, I don't know, a random fucking game from Xbox? No. Like $8 for Elder Scrolls? No. But $80 for potentially Grand Theft Auto 6, a Rockstar game that 99.9% of the time they absolutely deliver on the gameplay, on the world, on the story, on the fucking character development, just everything, the open world playground. As much as it sounds like a really dark reality, I mean, I'm still on the fence about it. But at the same time, you only live once, and who knows like how long this life's gonna be. I might just unfortunately have to fucking cop out and say yes. I have to throw in the towel. Yes, Straw Selnick, here you go. Here's my 80 fucking dollars I don't want to give you, but you know what? I want Grand Theft Auto 6. Fuck you. I'm supporting this fucking shit practice because that's the thing, right? Even if they made $100, people are gonna buy it still. They're gonna buy it. They will absolutely 10,000% buy it, and it's like again, you can't really judge it because it's like, look, if you're having fun with it, fine. Like, yes, you are contributing to a problem, but I guess if you're having fun with it, it's like, fuck it, just go to your fucking corner, have your fun. I can't judge that much, whatever, just leave me alone. But yeah, it's just that's what I've been thinking about for the past couple days here, and it's like it's it's a sad reality for gaming because again, like depending on the quality, like in the case of like Grand Theft Auto 6, it's like to some people $80 is outlandish, but it's like depending on the quality, like, let's just say it's the best of all worlds, right? Like it's the amount of content of San Andreas, like rewarding content, and it's spread across like a huge ass map that's interactable, like Red Dead Redemption 2, and it's the story and skin of Grand Theft Auto. That's gonna be a big fucking game. That's gonna be humongous. Like for $80 for that could honestly be epic in size and quality. But again, it just all depends on what happens. And hopefully, they will share some shit. It's like, give us another trailer. Give us a fucking screenshot. Like, give us something to salivate at, to pick apart the details, for fuck's sake. Because it's like, beyond that, there isn't really a whole lot of details about it. And it's like, the only other news we've gotten besides that trailer was that fucking post a couple days ago saying, oh, we had to delay it to May 26, 2026. Fuck you! But I suppose the saving grace with that is like people might be bitching and sad about, but it's a good thing they're delaying it. Because, they could just release it this year. But who knows like how much content could be cut out of it. Who knows like how buggy it could be. It's like that quote from that one Japanese developer. A game delayed is eventually good, but a rushed game is forever bad. And we know Rockstar at their quality. They will not release a fucking bad game. If developers are, saying that the crunch culture is like basically way less toxic as it was before with Red Dead Redemption, you know what? Fine. As much as I'm going to hate saying this, I would say fuck it. Like, delay it to 2027. Delay it as many times as you have to, so long as you deliver a product that fucking works and it's beautiful. If it's not like Cyberpunk, where they're saying, oh, we're gonna fucking have a better game in terms of quality compared to Red Dead Redemption 2. We all knew what happened with that. But yeah, here we are where, I'm gushing over fucking, trying to make a fucking adrenaline junkie out of V and just, mass murder a bunch of fucking gang members for the quest of power in Night City. But yeah, it's like, as much as delay fucking hurts my fucking soul, and I'm like, oh, I gotta wait even fucking longer. It's like, you know what? If that delay means it's in a more polished state, it's more optimized, it can run well, then you know what? Fuck it, delay it as many times as you fucking need to. But yeah. That's basically been on my mind for the past couple days. Especially more so now that's like I have a console that can play it. So now it's just like, well, I have the fucking car. Now the question is, like, do I get the driver? Okay, that was a terrible fucking analogy. But I mean, that's the question. Like, do I get the game? And it's like, considering I already, like, I was going to wait for potentially like a GTA 5, like, bundle console. But needless to say, something like that probably would have cost like $900 fucking dollars. So you know what? Maybe me buying this console now while I had the fucking shot. I'm kind of glad I fucking did, to be honest. Yeah, it's no PS5 Pro, but you know what? I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit of graphical fidelity and a little bit of frame rate to at least play the fucking game. And that's kind of like the cool thing, right? Is back then, during the PC gaming era, I mean, it's still here, but like a decade ago or whatever, if you wanted the best game possible, you wanted to buy it on PC because you had like the wealth of settings and options, higher resolution, higher frame rate, mods, like the whole nine fucking yards. And obviously, you know, like say you compare it to say Metal Gear Solid 5, right? You compare Metal Gear Solid 5 on the PS3 to Metal Gear Solid 5 on Steam. Two different worlds. Now, yes, the graphics, it's like, okay, the textures are somewhat the same for the most part, but it's like, in terms of draw distances, in terms of quality, in terms of shadow quality, a bunch of other shit, you know, the frame rate, the resolution, all that other jazz. Yes, PC is obviously the winner. And it's like, with how technology has gotten, I mean, again, just looking back at like the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer from like a year and a half ago, I was always about, you know, trying to get graphics to be at the highest fidelity possible. It's like I never want to like downgrade the textures or the settings. Like I always want to put like ever since I got into the PC gaming space, it's like I had that mantra in mind where I want to play everything at fucking max settings at the highest frame rate possible. And as time has gone on, that's been less and less feasible because you know the hardware's getting more expensive. It doesn't give you as much oomph as it did before. The optimization's out the fucking window. And if we look at something like Unreal Engine 5, well, we all know what the fuck's happening with Unreal Engine 5. And unfortunately, you have to come to terms with it, and you just gotta start turning down settings. Especially more so when you're in a situation like mine, where you bought something like the 38 that is a real power hog, and I see like 280 watts even with an undervolt in like Starfield. I have to turn down settings. So I don't want to cook my fucking GPU. I honestly care about my system. I don't want to fucking cook it, right? And that's what you gotta do. But thankfully, I mean, the co-host could somewhat back it up. Like I remember whenever we were streaming Dead Space for the first time, and I had to run that shit at like the lowest settings. I was still rocking the 1080 Ti at the time. I had to rock it at the lowest settings because the GPU just could not fucking handle it. It was GPU bound. And even at the lowest settings, like there was some shit that actually didn't look too fucking bad, right? And just looking at the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer, like if that's what the game is going to look like on console, the base PS5, because let's just remind each other here, that shit was announced before the PS5 Pro was even existent, so they're obviously using like base PS5 kits. If that's what it looked like on the base PS5, PCB damned, the console version is gonna look fucking stellar, and it's been like that for a couple years now between like Red Dead Redemption on PS4, even The Last of Us Part 2. Like, I still remember, like, certain scenes from that game, and it looked fucking beautiful. Now, obviously, The Last of Us Remastered, that did get, like, a Fasudo remake in the form of Part 1. That does look a lot fundamentally different. A lot more lush. But yeah, like graphics have come a long way to the point that even, like, certain low settings aren't really that bad per se. Like, yeah, there's still some extra detail you might miss out on, but for the most part, it's not too bad. And like, you can even say that about like the Unreal Engine games, but it's like with Unreal Engine, it's like even with the lowest settings possible, it can be very hard to fucking run them because of like how it's made and how it's a huge CPU hog and the fucking stutter fest. Fuck stuttering, man. But yeah, it's like with Grand Theft Auto 6, like if that trailer is indicative of like what the graphics look like even during gameplay, it's like for once I might not even be upset about playing it on console first because A, it's gonna look fucking beautiful as is, and B, when it does inevitably come to PC, oh my god, I'm gonna need a fucking. I was thinking I need like a new GPU now. Like back then, I was like, oh, if I'm gonna fucking play a 2K60 Ultra, I'm definitely gonna need like a 4080. Nah, man, I need whatever RDNA 5 is gonna be like when AMD releases it. I'm gonna need to wait for like the 6000 series for Nvidia, even though who the fuck's gonna um support NVIDIA nowadays. And it's kind of funny because in regards to, like the GPUs, I was watching Moore's Law is Dead. He had a review about the 9070 XT recently, and he was talking about certain things that I've kind of like noticed as well with my friend Mr. J getting his 7900 XTX in a way that I never realized could have been a thing here. And what I mean is with Call of Duty, right? Like, it has the Call of Duty HQ, and there's that launcher that boots up at the start when you click it. In my case, since I'm on an NVIDIA RTX 3080, you see the loading bar, and it takes like a few seconds to load up, whatever. With Mr. J, when he got his AMD GPU, when he first booted up Call of Duty, that launcher popped up, boom, black screen, load straight into the game. And we were like, holy fuck, I'm not used to seeing Call of Duty load up that fucking quickly. He was even shocked about it. We were just like both in awe. And apparently, Tom from Moore's Law is Dead said the exact same thing for AMD. So it must be like something in regards with like the driver itself or the GPU itself being able to like load up games quicker in regards to like it's something different compared to like the CPU executing the executable and whatnot. But something in regards to, like the GPU is allowing it to like boot up the games faster. I guess in terms of visualization, who knows? But like apparently, like in regards with like AMD, like a lot of like problems that like black screen flickers or changing the resolution, and whatnot. Like that shit's not on the 9070 XT. Once I heard that, I was like, oh shit, that actually sounds like a huge quality of life improvement. It's like an instantaneous like feedback and like visual of like all that stuff. Because like normally like depending on the resolution, the game you're playing, you like adjust the resolution. It just goes like a black screen for a few seconds. I guess from with Tom, he didn't have to experience that at all, and it was like a seamless thing. So like in regards to like AMD, it seems like they have been improving like their GPUs and the driver software went off to the point where some of those like hiccups or whatever have been ironed out. And I was like, damn, that actually sounds really fucking good. So like more than ever, I'm really considering an AMD GPU here, and it's like again, I would have bought the 9070 XT so I got a full AMD build. But we all knew what happened when that shit came out last month. You can't see my face, but let's just say if I was staring like directly at the monitor here, I just have my face to the side looking at my door with a deadpan stare, a little bit of a smile, a little bit of agitation, but hiding it with it. Just going, yeah, I wish I could have gotten the 9070 XT. But instead, I put that money towards a fucking console. Because fuck you, scalpers! But yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm probably going to be waiting a very long time till, Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out. So, on PC, that is. So, more than likely, by that point, I probably will have an ideal GPU in mind. And it looks like there's already leaks and stuff coming out for RDNA 5. And it's like, with the 9070 XT, it does look like they had like a home run. The only thing that I might have an issue with is the power consumption, because I was watching like Digital Foundry. Like in some cases, the NVIDIA GPU for like the same performance is a little bit more energy efficient, which is kind of cool. But it's like in terms of the 9070 XT overall, in terms of like the driver support being flawless to an extent, and like a bunch of those hiccups being solved, it's like it does sound like AMD is starting to catch up with Nvidia, which is a fucking good thing, because now it seems like Nvidia is really like feeling the pressure in regards like, oh, they might be releasing the fucking 50 series super cards. Oh yay, you give us a little bit more VRAM, it's probably gonna cost 20% more. Suck my cock, Jensen. I do not give a fuck. I'd rather just spend the full price on a used GPU, so at least I don't have to give any to you. I won't do that. I won't. It's like those days of buying an overly expensive GPU are long gone. Like, I just want something middle of the road. Like, to be honest, like I was contemplating a 9070 non-XT because I remember, I think watching a little bit of Tom, and there was like even an article out there about how the 9070 is like the most energy efficient card to date in regards to, like the performance with the fucking power consumption, and I was like, holy shit, that's honestly fucking amazing. But no, I'm definitely gonna have to wait. But I'm hoping like if this like trajectory of like performance improvements continues to grow, like I'm hoping like by the time RDNA 4 comes out, hopefully I can get like 7900 XTX level performance, like a 50-60% upgrade, and hopefully drop the power draw down from like a 320 watt down like 220, 250 even. I would be fucking A-okay with that. I would love that overall, but it depends on like what happens. But yeah, I have a long time to wait to get an upgrade for the inevitable PC release of GTA 6, but that's for the future. For now, it's like it's next year. So hopefully, the price will just be announced, rip the band aid off, sell my soul with a straw sell neck, and just go, fuck it. I'm buying GTA 6 for fucking PS5 and just accept it. And hopefully, for $80 it'll be worthwhile, which I'm pretty sure it'll be fucking worthwhile. I'd like to think it would be worthwhile, but I guess we'll have to wait and see exactly like what happens. But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see eventually, But yeah, I just wanted to ramble about that for a little bit. Um, Ups and downs in terms of news and whatnot overall. But hey, you know what? If those prices inevitably go up for the PS5, at least I'll feel somewhat lucky and happy that I did manage to get the fucking console for a somewhat decent price. So I'm not too mad about that. But yeah, that's all for now from the Ramble Manager. Y'all stay safe. I'll get back to watching some or reading anime and observing games. I guess I don't know. Speaking of anime, I've been revisiting a fucking classic from my childhood called Code Lyoko. To those that mm, have ever wanted to like revisit, it's apparently on fucking YouTube. There's an official Code Lyoko like official English like YouTube channel that has like all the fucking episodes. And I've been watching like one episode a day, and it's been pretty fucking wild. But as I've been watching, it's like I blame Cinema Sins for making me have a more fucking keen eye with it. They have reused like a shit ton of assets and scenes. It obviously helped in terms of cutting down development costs and whatnot, but it was like, it was from 20 years ago, so, I kind of respect it, but it's like, after watching a few episodes, you kind of like notice like the reused like assets and like the same flow of the episodes. They changed a little bit in the sixth episode, but like yeah, it's definitely a lot fucking different. But I've been enjoying it so far. Revisiting something from my childhood. But yeah, back to it, I suppose.